Real progress is not born from applause or the nice words that others tell us. It is forged in silence, when no one is watching you, in those moments where most people give up because there is no immediate recognition. We live in a time where everyone seems to shout what they do, show progress, promise great things they never fulfill. But that noise only distracts and wears out. If you really want to move forward, you have to understand that silence is not passivity, it is strategy. Silence is the ground where discipline germinates, and the foundations that others do not see are built. While some are desperate to post every step, you must learn to work without witnesses, without asking for permission, without seeking approval. What really matters does not need to be displayed at every moment. The progress that is worth it is built in the shadow, not in the spotlights. This is not about becoming invisible, but about learning to protect what you are creating. Showing too soon what is just beginning to take shape is like unearthing a seed just to see if it has already germinated. In the end, you kill it. Your energy, your focus, and your time are limited resources, and silence is the shield that prevents them from being worn out by external opinions and distractions. In this path, there is no room for excuses or for empty motivational speeches. Progress does not appear by magic or by simple desire. It appears when you decide to do what you said you would do, even if there is no applause, even if it hurts, even if no one celebrates it. If you want real results, you will have to accept that discipline will be uncomfortable and that silence will be your best ally to not lose your way. This is not an invitation to be silent out of fear or to live hidden. It is a declaration of war against everything that distracts you and steals your concentration. The need to impress, the desire for approval, the habit of talking more than you do. Today, you're going to learn that strategic silence is not weakness, it is a show of strength and self-control. Because while others are exhausted trying to prove that they are moving forward, you will be truly moving forward. 1. Protect the beginning of your projects. The birth of something valuable is always fragile. Just like a spark that ignites the fire needs shelter so it doesn't get extinguished by the wind, the start of any project requires silence and protection. Many ideas die young, not because they are bad, but because they are exposed too soon to the eyes and opinions of others. Every time you share something that is just beginning to take shape, you open the door to judgments, doubts from others, and distractions that can extinguish the impulse that made you start. Imagine a sculptor who, before finishing the work, shows the block of marble with the first clumsy cuts. It's easy for others to criticize what they don't understand, to question his vision and make him doubt. The same happens with you. When you reveal too early what you are building, you allow external voices to influence your conviction. A project in its early stages is like a seed underground. It needs darkness, time, and silent care to grow strong. In this world dominated by social media, where immediacy and empty promises are rewarded, keeping quiet about what you are starting has become an act of rebellion. It's not about hiding, but about protecting your process. If you seek validation by showing your plans before consolidating them, you end up weakening your discipline. Talking spends energy. Explaining, justifying, and defending ideas that still don't have firm roots drains you and steals focus. The Stoics understood that real progress is measured by actions, not words. Epictetus said that it's not enough to say you're a philosopher, you have to live like one. The same applies to any goal you have. It's not enough to announce that you're going to change, you must demonstrate it with actions. Each step you take in silence becomes a solid brick that no one can knock down with their opinion. Protecting the start of your projects also means shielding your mind from the expectations of others. When you start something new, the excitement can drive you to tell everything, seeking support or recognition. But you must ask yourself, am I really looking to move forward, or do I just want to impress? The one who advances in silence grows stronger because they focus on the process, not on the reaction of others. Strategic silence is not cowardice, it's applied intelligence. Sometimes the people you share your plans with can, unintentionally, sabotage you. A critical comment, a malicious joke, or even an excessive compliment can alter your focus. Protecting the start is shielding yourself from that noise, so that what you build grows enough to withstand external storms. You should also protect your time. When everyone knows you're starting something, distractions disguised as advice, invitations, and even pressures to speed up processes arise. But what is born in haste usually breaks quickly. Patience in silence gives you the space to make mistakes, correct, and move forward without the pressure of others' gaze. True progress doesn't need witnesses in its early stages. What it needs is consistency and focus. Ask yourself if your urge to share comes from your desire to create or from your need to be validated. Every time you choose to keep quiet about a project in formation, you reinforce your discipline and your commitment to the result, not to approval. When the time comes to show it, let it be, because it's already ready to stand on its own, not because you feel you have to prove something. The start of your projects deserves the same respect as a newly planted forest. You protect it from the wind, from the curious, and from the storms until the roots are firm. That's the secret that the impatient don't understand. Early silence is not an obstacle. It's the fertilizer that makes progress grow stronger and longer lasting. Show only the results, not the promises. Promises are cheap. They are easily spent and broken as quickly as they are spoken. We live surrounded by people who talk about their grand plans, who fill the air with words about what they are going to achieve someday. And there they remain, like smoke that fades away. Whoever talks too much about what they will do ends up draining the energy they should use to do it. You are not here to inflate words, you are here to build results that speak for you. Think of the warrior who, before the battle, loudly announces that he will defeat his enemy. All that bluster does not give him strength or skill. It only warns others and exposes his intentions. On the other hand, the true strategist says nothing, waits for the opportune moment, and lets the result of his actions become the only necessary declaration. You should do the same with your goals. Let your progress be what others see, not your speeches about what you are going to achieve. Showing only the results is an act of respect for yourself and your time. Promises create expectations, and expectations become chains. Every time you announce something you have not yet done, you put yourself under the pressure of fulfilling it before others, not before you. And when you don't achieve it immediately, that pressure turns into shame or anxiety. Silence, on the other hand, allows you to work without the weight of others' gazes. Stoicism teaches that what matters is not appearance, but essence. Seneca warned that we should not live to impress, but to strengthen ourselves in virtue and discipline. By showing only what is achieved, you cut off the need to pretend. You stop wasting time on explanations and invest it in the real effort that transforms your life. In addition, there is a psychological power in not announcing your plans. When you keep to yourself what you are going to do, you concentrate the energy on the action. Talking too much disperses the focus. Every word you utter about an unfinished project is like releasing air from a balloon that you need inflated to fly. That's why great advances are usually born in silence and appear suddenly, surprising everyone. Showing results instead of promises also strengthens your credibility. In a world full of mouths that promise and empty hands that do not fulfill, whoever presents facts without previous announcements stands out immediately. Your results become impossible to debate. There are no arguments against what is already done. It is a statement of character. You do not talk about what you will do, you do it and you prove it. Another advantage of silencing promises is that you reduce the risk of external interference. When you tell what you plan to achieve, you inevitably attract opinions, unsolicited advice, and criticisms that can sow doubts. By not giving clues, no one can sabotage you, not even with words. You act in silence, work without interruptions, and let your success be an unexpected blow to those who never believed in you. There is also the emotional value. Keeping silent about what you plan protects you from public disappointment if something does not go as expected. Failures become private lessons, not spectacles for others. Thus, each fall is easier to assume because there are no spectators waiting to see you stumble. And each victory feels more authentic because it is the fruit of your effort, not an expectation imposed by your words. Remember this: promises do not fill the table or build the future. Words only have weight when they are backed by action. Show the world what already has shape, what already withstands the judgment of facts, and keep to yourself what is still on the way. In the end, no one will remember the speeches of what you said you were going to do, but everyone will remember the results you achieved without warning. 3. Eliminate what is not essential. True progress is not measured by how much you accumulate, but by how much you are able to let go. Just as a traveler intending to cross a desert cannot carry everything he owns, you also cannot move forward in your life dragging unnecessary weight. What is not essential not only slows you down, it also consumes your energy, your clarity, and your discipline. And the most dangerous thing is that often you don't even notice it, because this excess is disguised as habit, comfort, or even superficial success. We live in a world that glorifies excess. More things, more commitments, more distractions. We are taught to measure our worth by what we accumulate, when in reality, greatness lies in knowing how to reduce, cut, and keep only what really matters. Seneca put it bluntly: it's not that we have little time, but that we waste a lot. And most of that waste comes from what is not essential in our lives. Think of a dense and tangled forest. Among so much undergrowth, the strongest trees struggle to grow, but the excess limits them. If you clear the ground, the trees breathe, grow taller, and strengthen. The same happens with you. When you remove the superfluous from your life, the vital flourishes with greater strength. Eliminating the unnecessary is not a loss. It is an investment in your clarity and personal power. It's not just about objects, although they also weigh. Look at your surroundings. How many things do you accumulate that you don't use, that only take up space? Each unnecessary object is not only dust in your house, it is also noise in your mind. But the most serious is in the intangible, relationships that contribute nothing, commitments that drain your time, repetitive thoughts that don't let you move forward. That's where the real burden hides. Eliminating what is not essential requires courage, because often the useless is wrapped in the illusion of security. You keep jobs, habits, or friendships that no longer add to you just because it is uncomfortable to let go. But ask yourself, what price do you pay for holding on to what no longer makes sense? The answer is always the same. You sacrifice your freedom, your energy, and your possibility to grow. Stoicism invites you to simplify. Epictetus advised, distinguishing what is under your control from what is not, and centering your life only on the former. Everything else, no matter how attractive it may seem, is irrelevant. The discipline of eliminating the unnecessary is, at its core, an act of self-control. It forces you to acknowledge that you can't do everything, you can't be everywhere, you can't please everyone. You can only choose the essential and commit to it fully. Take an inventory of your life. Ask yourself with brutal honesty, does this bring me closer to what I want, or does it push me away? If it doesn't add, it subtracts. And if it subtracts, eliminate it. The mind clears when you stop carrying what you don't need. Time multiplies when you no longer give it to the useless. And discipline strengthens when you focus all your energy on what really matters. Eliminating what is not essential is not a sacrifice, it is an act of liberation. Because every unnecessary thing you let go of makes room for what is important. Whoever understands this lesson lives with more lightness, more focus, and more power over themselves. Life is not about having more, but about being more. And you can only be more when you learn to live with the essential. 4. Build a firm and personal routine. Chaos is the silent enemy of progress. Where there is no order, time slips away like sand through your fingers, and potential is wasted. Those who do not establish a routine live at the mercy of impulses, circumstances, and external distractions. If you want real results, you need more than motivation. You need a routine that supports you even on the days when you don't feel like continuing. Think of an overflowing river. The water has power, but without a channel it destroys more than it nourishes. However, when the channel is firm, the water flows with direction and fertilizes everything in its path. Your routine is that channel. It's not there to chain you, but to channel your energy where it needs to go. Without it, you may have talent, great ideas, and determination, but you will lose strength amid daily disorder. A firm routine does not mean repeating a rigid pattern that suffocates you. It's about designing a system that works for you, that protects your time, and turns key actions into inevitable habits. The Stoics understood that discipline is not a prison, but a tool for freedom. Marcus Aurelius woke up every day with the same reflection, to remember that he was made for work, not for leisure. That's what routine does. It reminds you who you are and why you're here, even when your mood wants to deceive you. Building a personal routine involves brutal honesty. You must recognize which activities truly bring you closer to your goals, and which ones only fill the space to make you feel busy. Many confuse being busy with making progress, but it's not the same. An effective routine eliminates noise and reserves your best hours for what demands your maximum focus. The firmness of the routine protects you on difficult days. There will be mornings when you don't want to get up early, moments when distractions call you strongly, or afternoons when your mind looks for excuses to postpone what's important. That's where the routine comes into play. It doesn't ask you if you want to do it, it simply reminds you that it's what you should do. It's your anchor in the midst of chaos. But it's not enough to have a routine. It must be personal. What works for others may not work for you. You must observe yourself, understand your energy rhythms, and adjust your habits to your own nature. Real progress is not achieved by copying someone else's life, but by building a system adapted to your reality, yet firm enough not to crumble at the slightest unforeseen event. The most common mistake is to seek motivation instead of building habits. Motivation is volatile. One day it's with you, the next it disappears. Routine, on the other hand, does not depend on your emotional state. It's what you do without negotiating with your mood, because you've decided it's part of your identity. Those who discipline themselves in routine no longer ask if they feel like it. They simply act. Imagine that each block of your routine is a brick. At first, it seems insignificant, but over time, those bricks build solid walls that protect your progress. Each hour you dedicate to the correct habit is one step closer to the life you desire. Building a firm and personal routine is not optional for those who want to move forward. It's a necessary condition, because success does not come by accident or by strokes of luck. It comes as the result of small actions repeated day after day until the accumulated effort turns into inevitable results. Whoever masters their routine masters their destiny. 5. Write down your goals and review them frequently. A directionless mind is like a ship without a compass. It may have a powerful engine, but it will end up adrift, carried away by foreign currents. The same happens to those who rely on remembering their goals without writing them down. Ideas that are not put on paper become fragile. They dilute with the passing of days and end up getting lost among new distractions. Writing your goals is not a trivial act. It's a declaration of intent to yourself. The simple act of writing them transforms an abstract desire into a concrete commitment. While they remain in the mind, goals are just fantasies. When you write them down, you give them shape, weight, and direction. It's like drawing a map. Having a vague idea of the destination is not enough. You need to see the path clearly to be able to travel it. Each word you put on paper becomes an anchor that reminds you where you should go, even when emotions try to divert you. The Stoics valued the exercise of written reflection. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote for himself, not for others. He did it to keep his mind aligned with his principles, to return to the essentials when the concerns of the empire pushed him into disorder. Writing not only organizes your goals, it also orders your thinking, confronts you with your contradictions, and forces you to be honest about what you really seek. When you write your goals, you stop running from them. You can't pretend you didn't say them. You can't change them every day according to your mood. They remain there, firm, as a silent reminder of what you promised your future. That discomfort is necessary because it forces you to hold yourself accountable. But it's not enough to write them down once and forget about them. An unrevised goal withers. Frequent review keeps the direction alive and allows for course correction when necessary. Life changes, you change, and your plans must evolve with you. Reviewing your goals does not mean doubting them, but ensuring they remain aligned with what truly matters today. Make this habit a ritual. Set aside a moment of the week or month to review what you've written. Ask yourself with total sincerity, am I progressing or just keeping busy? Am I still pursuing this because I want it, or because I once wanted it and didn't dare to let it go? This practice prevents you from wasting years on paths that no longer make sense. Also, writing and reviewing your goals strengthens your discipline. Each time you read them, you reinforce the emotional commitment to them. It's as if you reignite the internal fire that drove you to start. On difficult days, that written list will be the reminder that keeps you firm when motivation has faded. A clear goal on paper also eliminates excuses. You can't deceive yourself by saying you didn't know what you wanted to achieve, nor can you blame others for your detours. The paper doesn't lie, and that brutal transparency is the best engine to keep moving forward. Many underestimate this habit because it seems too simple, but precisely in its simplicity lies its power. You don't need sophisticated applications or complicated systems. A notebook and a pen are enough. The physical act of writing imprints the intention more deeply than any fleeting digital note. Progress is not the result of chance, but of clarity. Writing your goals and reviewing them frequently is the simplest and most powerful way to stay on course, to avoid getting lost in the noise, and to move forward with firm direction. The paper becomes your silent ally, a reminder that your future depends on the decisions you make today and the consistency with which you follow them. 6. Correct and adjust in silence. Progress is not a straight line. It is a path full of curves, unexpected stones and detours that you can't always foresee. Many give up because they expect everything to be perfect from the start, but that expectation is childish. Real advances belong to those who accept mistakes as part of the journey and learn to correct with serenity. However, the most important thing is not just to correct, but to do it in silence, without turning each adjustment into a public spectacle. Think of a watchmaker repairing an old clock. He doesn't need to announce every screw he turns or explain every gear he moves. He works with precision in silence, focused on making each piece fit in its place. This is how you should approach your own progress, calmly, without boasting, adjusting where necessary until everything works. Talking about mistakes while correcting them doesn't make them disappear. On the contrary, it gives them unnecessary prominence and steals energy from the work that the solution demands. Silence in the correction process is a way to protect your focus. Every time you detail your failures or the changes you will make to others, you expose yourself to opinions, judgments, or advice that, far from helping, end up diverting you. Progress needs concentration, not noise. Adjusting in silence means that your priority is on the result, not on what others think of the journey. The Stoics taught that we should not worry about the external gaze, but about our virtue and discipline. Seneca insisted that the wise man does not justify himself or seek excuses. He simply acts better next time. Correcting in silence is applying that lesson. You are not seeking approval or compassion, you are seeking effectiveness. Accepting the mistake without drama is a sign of strength. There are those who, at the slightest stumble, make their regret or frustration public, as if showing the wound would heal it. But this need to show weakness only delays recovery. The mistake does not define you. What defines you is how you respond to it. And the most powerful response is the silent action that transforms the failure into learning. Adjusting in silence also implies being flexible. Many times the initial plan must be modified, and there is no shame in that. Clinging to a plan out of pride alone is to condemn oneself to stagnation. The one who dares to correct shows intelligence. The one who does it without noise shows maturity. When you learn to change course naturally and discreetly, you move faster because you don't waste time justifying yourself to others. In addition, each silent correction reinforces your self-control. Working to improve without depending on external validation teaches you to trust your own judgment. You don't need applause for having detected the error or for having solved it. Real progress is reward enough. There is also an emotional aspect. Correcting in silence prevents other people's criticisms or expectations from interfering with your process. People tend to judge what they don't understand, and they often opine on changes they don't have the context to understand. If you keep the adjustment as something private, you free yourself from that burden and work at your own pace. Think of the great inventors, artists, and leaders. They all had to correct again and again before achieving something admirable. Their first versions were rarely perfect, but they didn't stop their progress to give explanations to the world. They moved forward, polishing in silence until their work spoke for them. True strength is not in not failing, but in getting up, correcting, and moving forward without turning each step into a speech. Each error you overcome in silence becomes a brick that reinforces your character. Thus, when others see your final progress, they won't know how many times you had to adjust the path. They will only see the solidity of what you built. That is the power of silence. It turns your stumbles into invisible foundations upon which your greatness is built. 7. Guard your attention like a treasure. Your attention is the most valuable resource you have, but most people give it away as easily as they give a greeting. It's not time that you lose the most, but focus. You may have 24 hours in the day, but if your mind is divided between distractions, complaints, and useless thoughts, time becomes sand slipping through your fingers. Think of your attention as a concentrated beam of light. When it focuses on a single point, it burns and pierces even the hardest metal. But when it disperses, it has no strength to heat even a leaf. This is how your mind works. Focused, it is powerful. Scattered, it is harmless. The problem is that we live in a world that competes to capture it at all costs. And if you don't protect it, others will use it for their own purposes. Social networks, rumors, other people's opinions, and the trivialities of everyday life are attention thieves disguised as entertainment or urgency. Every notification you check without reason, every useless discussion you participate in is a coin from your treasure that you give away without receiving anything in return. Therefore, progress is not only measured by what you do, but by what you choose to ignore. The Stoics already warned about this. Epictetus said that we cannot control external things, but we can control what we let into our minds. If you allow everything to invade your attention, you become a slave to chaos. Protecting your attention means erecting an invisible wall that filters what deserves your mental energy and what does not. Attention, once fragmented, is difficult to recover. Therefore, you must learn to guard it as if it were gold, limiting the time you dedicate to noise, distancing yourself from conversations that contribute nothing, and resisting the temptation to react to every stimulus. The strategic silence we have talked about so far finds its strength here, because only those who master their attention can remain silent in the face of what does not deserve a response. Protecting your attention is also a declaration of priorities. What receives your constant focus strengthens. What you ignore withers. If every day you give your best energy to trivial things, don't expect to see what really matters grow. Those who truly progress choose carefully where to invest their thoughts, because they know that focus is the fertile ground where actions germinate. This act of protecting your attention is not about becoming indifferent to the world, but about not allowing the world to decide for you. Every time you resist distractions, you are affirming your freedom. Every time you choose to ignore the irrelevant, your mind becomes sharper, stronger, and harder to break. Your attention is a weapon and a refuge. If you lose it, you lose control of your life. If you master it, you build the progress that others only dream of. Guard your attention like the treasure it is, because on it depends everything you are capable of achieving. 8. Celebrate progress only in private. Not everything that shines should be displayed to the world. We live in an era where people feel the need to announce every achievement, no matter how small, hoping for reactions, applause, and external validation. But this constant pursuit of recognition is a subtle trap that weakens character. Those who learn to celebrate in private maintain their strength intact, because they do not depend on others' applause to feel at peace with their progress. True progress does not need publicity. It's like the growth of a tree's roots, deep, silent, and invisible to others, but absolutely vital. When you celebrate in silence, you protect the essence of your achievement from noise and others' expectations. There is nothing to prove, because the reward is not in public approval, but in the intimate satisfaction of knowing you gave your best. Every time you show your victories to the world, you open the door to comparisons, judgments, and unnecessary criticism. Even praise can be dangerous. It inflates the ego and generates pressure to maintain an image. Silence frees you from that burden because it allows you to enjoy what you've achieved without turning it into a spectacle. The Stoics believed that the true value of an action lies in its virtue, not in its fame. Seneca warned that external glory is volatile, but internal honor endures. Celebrating in private is a way of honoring yourself, of recognizing your effort without surrendering control of your joy to others. Moreover, the habit of sharing every achievement can wear out your motivation. When external applause becomes the main reward, you stop working for progress itself and start doing it for recognition. This is an invisible chain that traps many and robs them of authenticity. Celebrate in private to keep your focus on what matters. Keep moving forward. Keep those moments for yourself, or share them only with those who truly value your growth, not with those who judge or envy it. True victory does not need noise. The silent pride of knowing that you have grown, that you overcame a challenge, and that you are one step closer to the person you want to be is enough. Silence, when celebrating, does not diminish the greatness of your achievement. It amplifies it, because it protects it from superficiality and keeps the internal fire that drives you alive. Those who learn to enjoy their victories in silence show that they do not need witnesses to feel complete. Their own conscience is enough. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. If you watched the whole thing, comment "I am Stoic" as our secret signal to know that you're a true student of Stoicism. Don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video, and remember, keep cultivating your Stoic mind.